Start with Dan.
Good afternoon, Michael. Felt like a big win, but I wanted to start off by asking about your captain, Bruno Fernandes. He now holds the club's single season record for Premier League assists on 16. Just talk me through his 2 assists today and his overall performance.
Yeah, I mean he's done it for a long period of time now. You know, in the big moments and making the difference, and whether he's scoring or creating, he's normally around it. So. 2 very different goals. Obviously today, I think he's got a really good understanding with Cassie and working with Johnny on the set plays and different things and spaces and whatnot. But there's also the bit you can coach, and then there's a little bit of the players and the understanding. They've got a great connection there with that, and they've done it a few times before, so that was good. And then obviously the passing around it, getting in positions where you can play that final pass, and it was one we've seen before. And then he plays Ben in as well, I think, after that. So. There's not a lot else to say that I've sat here and said before about Bruno, but I thought he was really good. I thought it was a good team performance as well.
The record is 20 shared by Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry. Do you think Bruno Fernandes can reach that from the end of the season?
Yeah, maybe. I'd much rather the points and us win than that. So I don't think it's something you go chasing for. I think it happens naturally anyway. But yeah, if he does, then he's obviously created goals for us. So I'll be happy with that.
Hi Michael. You could see how much Casemiro loves this club. Certainly today, but in recent months as well, fans were trying for him to stay on. Do you think there is a chance that you could perhaps negotiate for him to stay a further season?
I think in some ways it's difficult to say. I think it's when something's decided, and in some ways the fact that it was decided makes things a little bit easier, and everyone understands the situation really. So I think the impact he's had has been terrific, certainly since I've been here and working with him. And his influence within the team and big moments in goals, and I think it was a nice moment at the end there with the supporters and having that connection, you know, and the respect, I think. So that was a nice moment, and I think you'll enjoy that one.
Andy? Nesh, about Lenny Yoro, we just spoke to him in the mix zone. What's he bringing to your team? What does he still need to do? How's he in training?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Lenny. I think he's still so young as well, you know, and as a centre back playing at that age in the league, and for a club like this, it takes a lot of kind of understanding, composure, being able to cope, and I think his personality and his character, he takes it in his stride, and I've been really impressed with him. I think there's loads and loads to come and layers for more from him, but I think that'll just happen naturally over a period of time when he learns and he's experienced. But listen, he's played a good number of games here, and he's gained experience already. But at the age that he's at, he's doing really well, and he's coming to the team, and you can see him growing, and the confidence and that kind of natural just getting back in the flow of playing games again and playing in the back four, which is something slightly different for him. I'm really pleased with him, training well, playing well, and he's a pleasure to have. You know, he's desperate to learn and does a lot of work with Johnny and Woody, and a bit of extra, so he's keen, and he always wants more, which is a great sign.
Simon? Michael, when Rooney's been on the radio and said 100% you should get the job, how easy is it to kind of block out all that noise? And when you're speaking to Omar or the ownership, what kind of conversation do you have about the future?
It's not that much noise, is there?
I don't know, he's your mate, so.
No, I don't mean Wayne, I just mean in general. I don't. It's only noise if you listen to it, I suppose. But so it doesn't affect me one bit, to be honest. I'm in this position at the moment, doing the best I can, and loving it, obviously, and keep pushing for more. You know, we want to make the team as good as we can. We want to keep improving everything, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But in terms of conversations, we get on great. Just seeing Omar and Jason downstairs there, and we have a chat about the game, how it's gone, and all pretty open. So there's it's all pretty calm, to be honest. And today was a good win for us, so we can definitely enjoy the win today and look forward to Friday night. But other than that, that's all I'm thinking about, really.
On Casemiro, Michael, whether he stays or not, presumably he's going to go. It sounds like he's going to go. How do you possibly go about replacing a player like that? Because it's not just what he brings on the pitch; it's what he does in the dressing room and behind the scenes, and that level of experience with Real Madrid is is almost irreplaceable. Do you need to almost replace the player, and other players step up in terms of leadership? Because it just feels like he's going to leave a huge void when he goes.
Yeah, I think this is totally no disrespect. Cassie's been fantastic. He's been a big player for us and been important in the dressing room, and one that I've spoke to and connected with really well. So, but I think this as a club and as a team, players come and go. Some are bigger, some maybe are more important than others at different times. But I don't think it's ever really about replacing them like for like. I think there's you can go in different directions. You understand what the balance of the squad will need, whether that's on the pitch, off the pitch, leadership, positionally. There's all sorts of different things go into it. Cassie's, he's done some really good things. And certainly since I've been here, and he's been an absolute pleasure to work with.
Rob?
Hi, Michael. Before you got in, Bruno gave an interview to a Portuguese TV station where he kind of left the door open to maybe possibly leave in the summer. I know there's going to be a lot of change in the summer regardless, and it's going to be quite pivotal. Presumably, though, the club have prioritised keeping him as one of their kind of main targets for the summer.
Yeah, in terms of the club and moving forward, it's difficult for me to get involved in too much of that. Bruno's definitely not someone we'd want to lose. I can say that, but I can't really what the summer or beyond that. It's difficult for me to kind of go too far with that. But certainly, he's important for us, and he's definitely not one we would want to lose.
Paul?
Michael, just going back to Casemiro's goal, obviously a very well worked set piece. How much time do you spend working on set pieces, and how did it come about that Johnny was going to be in charge of that kind of part of the training?
It depends really. Sometimes it's a funny thing because I think sometimes you score goals and everyone thinks all of a sudden you've just been training set plays all week, or you've been working on a certain thing all week. Sometimes we don't necessarily always work on it, but there's certainly the meetings and the understanding, and maybe it's not always pitch time, but Johnny spends a lot of time. And then giving the players a lot of responsibility as well, and what they feel and what they prefer to do as well, I think is important. At the end of the day, they're the ones that have got kind of take that action on, and the experience that they've got in and around that. I think we're relying on them as well. So I think Johnny's doing great with all that and working with the players, and as I said, Bruno and Cassie have got that understanding, and Harry's a big threat for us in the box as well, and it's obviously it's proved to be successful for us in recent games, and we need to try and keep pushing for that.
Simon?
Hi Michael. Just going back to Bruno, it feels like his influence on the team is more profound than ever. I mean, can you see anyone in the Premier League who's playing as well as him at the moment, or has played as well as him this season?
I don't know, difficult for me to say really. I think he's important for us, and he's playing in positions now where we need to find him, and we need to obviously supply him as much as we can for order to him to make the difference. But it's not just about Bruno. I understand that he's had some really important moments recently and a long time he's been here, but I think as a team and the importance of sharing that responsibility, so it's not always on one player, I think is really important. And then it does make everyone else's job that little bit easier, so he's not taking everything on himself, which he shouldn't, and he doesn't really for us.
Thanks.
Alright, cheers guys, thanks.